Hi Martin, welcome back to Poland.
Hi, Ola.
It's been a busy weekend for you for Warhaus, right?
Yeah, we've played a festival in Gdansk, Inside Seaside Festival.
How was
That's
it?
the name, right?
Inside Seaside, right?
It was amazing. We loved it. It had such a cool lineup. They were like very indie, cool, all bands we kind of like, and so yeah, we were actually a bit on a break because we played festivals this summer with the previous record, and we're gonna release and start the tour in March. But especially for the festival, because we like the lineup that much, we were like, fuck the break, let's come out of holiday for this one.
Yeah. You posted on Instagram photo from this festival, and you added Polska heart emoji always. So do you like touring in Poland?
Yeah, it's I don't know what it is, but there's like a bit of a love story between us and this country. I think ever since I played the first show here with Balthazar, it was a small club in Warsaw, and I don't know, were maybe 80 people or something, but like they were like on fire, and we were like, whoa, what is this? And yeah, I don't know, there's something like, I think, well, with Balthazar, but especially also with the Warhaus universe, and that connects with people, and it seems like you guys really feel it, and that's very rewarding for us to play here, and
Kakim Moon is out next week, your new record. You made an album on a boat. You made an album in Palermo. So where did you make the new one?
At home and a bit on tour. I didn't travel for this one, but I did some kind of the journey was inwards. I wanted to just get in touch as much as possible with the subconscious part of myself where songs and ideas come from, and what I did for this one was I kept like a dream diary. I wrote down all my dreams for a year, took a lot of psychedelics, and I also went under hypnosis a couple of times. And I said, like, okay, I want to get in touch with the muse, so I want you to hypnotize me. And then we had like long conversations, which I recorded, and which I took inspiration from for the songs. So the idea was that I wanted to bypass my cognitive mind, not like sit down and think like I'm going to write a song about this, but rather see what comes out of me and then work with that. And then afterwards, try to figure out what I was trying to say to myself,
And are you happy with the result?
I'm very happy. I know it's a cliche that every musician always tells that his last record is his best.
Yeah.
But you have to believe me.
It is.
My last record is my best, yeah. So I'm very proud and happy with it, yeah.
Hypnosis, was something that you needed or wanted?
It was more because I was feeling I was in a very good place in my life. So it was more like, let's do something weird and see what happens.
And explain me, how is to be an introvert and have that strong need to perform on stage in the same time?
Good question. I think it's talking to people really drains my energy, but singing doesn't. That's something I think it's. I'm also very can be quite private about things, or like I don't like to show too much of what's going on, but at the same time, like in my music, I can be like very emotional. It's emotional exhibitionism, and very dramatic and very out there, and so that's also a weird. I can't like talk in front of, like when I had to in school, you have to talk in front of a classroom or something. That was a nightmare for me, and so it's kind of weird that I made a job out of performing for big audiences, but yeah. just different. I can't really explain it.
I mentioned the opening song, where the names are real, and there is a beautiful video to that song. Very cinematic, very metaphoric one.
Yeah, we stole that from a movie. Actually, it was an idea from my good friend Peter. But I think in the video I wanted to zoom out a bit. Like in the song, you're really into it. Like I'm just this guy being in love, and in the video, it's for me because you see me lighting a candle and then walking on the stairs, and if the candle burns out, then I need to start over again, which are all like these relationships in life. Then you try to keep the fire burning, but it's, you know, it's just like more of a zoomed out perspective on the love song, which is kind of funny to me.
Sylvie Croix is back, isn't she?
Yeah, she's singing along on 2 tracks on the record, which I'm very happy with. She has the greatest voice on the planet, I think. So it's very rewarding to have her, you know, have her voice add atmosphere to the tracks. And she has her album out since this week. Everybody should check it out. It's amazing again. So yeah.
Kakim Moon, what does it mean?
I have no idea. It's something that came out of my mouth under hypnosis. But no, I do have a clue what I think it means. But I really liked the. I don't know. It resonated with me, and I was very clear when I heard it. It was like, okay, that needs to be the title of the album. I think it's about that we're much less in control of our actions and our thoughts than we like to believe, because everything is dictated from, you know, these forces inside of us, that because of, you know, our genes and how we grew up and our environment, stuff like that. And there was a certain point I had a conversation with the hypnotherapist, and it was about where these songs come from. And I said, like, yeah, I have the feeling I don't write them myself, but they're dictated to me. And then he asked, like, where do they come from? I said, like, yeah, it's from a Kakim Moon. So I think it's like in a karaoke, you read the lyrics from a screen and you just follow the lyrics, you know. It's a bit that metaphor which is going on if you write a song. It's like you just write down what the words that are passing by on a screen, you know. And the moon is like for the night, and, you know, what's in the shadow and the hidden parts of your personality, and you know, the whole werewolf idea of like lusts and things that come out at night that intrigue me.
I can see at least 2 poems on this record. Jim Morrison, first one, and The Winning Numbers.
Yeah, but Jim Morrison is really a rant or something. I wrote it like super quick, but it's about growing up and what it is to become a man, you know, or like the tension you feel if you need to grow up and you don't want to. You're like this Peter Pan syndrome kind of thing. It's also about masculinity, I think, but like taking a piss out of it. It's what we should do more often, I think.
It takes a man to love you.
Yeah, but in a very I don't know. I wanted to do something with how men are afraid of the feminine inside of them and stuff like that. It's all in there, I guess. Still figuring new stuff out. Like, this is kind of cool. Like this image or something that becomes clear to me after 2 years after I wrote it.
And what about the other one, The Winning Numbers?
Must have been the first time that I so I wrote the lyrics and I recited it on did a recording, and then I went to Jasper and we figured out like, okay, how are we gonna put music on this one? So we already had the final recording of the vocal, and then we had to figure out like and wrote orchestrations on it, which is a really cool way of working, because normally you always work the other way around and you have to put your vocal at the last. I look at it as like a love letter, or like like a letter to your ex, I guess. Or it's about a man who wants to say sorry to his ex, but he needs like a very long introduction, and it's like, so as a listener you're like, oh, what is this about? And then it becomes clear that he needs to say all these things just to be able to say sorry at the end, which is, I thought, was kind of funny.
What is the most important thing in the world?
Definitely love.
And the good part of being on this earth is to be able to listen to your music and be part of your world.
That's very
also.
kind. Thank you.
Thank you, Martin.
Thanks
and
for having me.
See you next time in Poland, because you'll be back.
Yeah, we have a show on the 26th of March in Warsaw, in the venue, the amazing venue Stodoła.
So thank you, and see you next time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.